Greetings everyone, and welcome back to Hydroneer. In our last episode, we purchased the Hydro Mole. And of course, we brought it to our new dig site, Snow Ruin Falls. And we dug a big hole in the ground. We had a little bit of a problem at the bottom, but I think in time we're going to be able to sort that out. In the meantime, there's been a lot of work. About 3 hours of it took place in a stream last night. If you're interested in looking at that live stream, there's going to be a link in the description, but I will go over what has been done. Now, before the live stream began, I actually laid the piping down, which is kind of the most important part. I didn't actually get the angle that I wanted. I was kind of thinking I could do this, but it just wasn't going to work out. But I think it turned out pretty well in the first place. So obviously, this is all Cloudium. So I spent a lot of money on that, but then again, money is absolutely not a problem. And in terms of the intake, I also manufactured a bunch of these. These are the iron intake booster hooks. So there are, actually, hold it a sec. Oh, that's not what I wanted. This, and rotate, and there it is. So there are 4 of them right there. So we're getting a very nice little boost on the intake, so the water pressure, basically it's 288. I have it turned off for a reason. We'll talk about that in a moment because that's one of the things we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing some automation. I would also like to expand the mine just a little because I realize it would be very easy. But first, let's continue talking about the mine. Now I have the filters over here because that is where the automation is going to take place, and I wanted a nice flat surface. Anyway, the way it works is I laid the pipes down first, and it did get a little messy, but we were able to get the conveyors going. So the first thing, let's talk about the mine. All right, so basically conveyors, you can see that I stopped it, and there's a lot of stuff on that conveyor. So we're getting a lot of materials. I mean, I've already made way more than the other one would make in like 5 to 10 times the amount. So yeah, and by the way, to those people who were on the stream last night, yes, I made stairs. Stop making fun of me. I was hopping around all night saying I was going to make stairs, and they kept saying, you didn't make stairs. Well, I made stairs now. So there you go. All right, so the pipe comes down this way, and then all of a sudden, we have a booster right here, along with a shard ingot in there, so that it would boost the water pressure from this point on. As a matter of fact, I started off with a gauge there, and I was getting a water pressure of 322, which, by the way, is far more than these things can take. When I turn them on, you're going to see water like spraying all over the place because I've maxed out the pressure to the individual devices, since these are iron after all. But then again, this isn't about these. This is about what's going to be over there. So this is going to be where my tier 2 stuff is going to be. I'm going to have to worry about flattening that out or something like that. And yeah, the tier 3 is really going to be a mess. But you know what? We'll work it out. All right, so the way this works is that the pipe goes around here, and then it turns into this, and then it goes 2 different directions. The direction in there goes into the harvester, but it also turns and goes up here in order to power these conveyor belts. Now the other connection goes up, and these start basically powering the drills. And I couldn't help but notice that I had space for another conveyor here. So hold it a second here. Let's throw this guy up here. Not that way, right. So I could just put another drill here, and that's exactly what we're going to do. You can see I already have dirt sitting here. So let's just upgrade our system right the way it is here. All right, let's see. Rotate. That way, I think. Right, there it is. All right, so let's just hammer that into place right there. And let's hammer that into place, because it's always a good idea to hammer things into place. Now I'm actually going to have to unhammer some things. So I could really just keep going as long as I keep digging. It's not really a problem. But then again, this is only to get me to the tier 2. But the more this is going, the more Cloudium I'm going to get in order to build the devices that are going to power the tier 2 mine. Or I should say dig it. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take that one out. Put that down. We're going to take that, put that aside. We're going to put this in. Hold on a second. No, wait, hold on a second. That way? Nope, not that way. That way. Boom. Yeah, one thing that's a little annoying sometimes in a confined area, you have to be a certain distance away in order to place something. Otherwise, it just won't work. All right, and now we're going to go up this way. Oh, I'm gonna need, yeah, I got another elbow. Yeah, like I just said, you have to be a certain distance away. All right, let's just do that. Not what I wanted. Nope, not that either. Hold on a second. Almost. There we go. That's what I was looking for. All right, so there's that one, and now we need this one, and I have to go through this again. Okay, I think I got it this time. Nope, I was wrong. R, and then R again. There we go. All right, and boom, like that. Okay, I think we're good to go. Let me just do some more hammering in here. Put these guys in place. All right, you're in place, you're in place, you're in place. And I believe I already did you. Yes. All right, so when I turn this on... Oh, and by the way, we need to turn it on. There we go. Then we will have 6 of the iron drills basically filling this up. And believe me, this has already been, as you can see, very populated here. All right, so let's go back. Oh, I probably should bring the hammer with me. Probably should. All right, now let's talk about the production because we built a lot of this last night, but I did do some on my own. All right, so this cuts over here. This is kind of what we had before. I have left a space here because we're gonna need this same setup when we plug the tier 2 situation in because it's all gonna merge into this. This is gonna be the production for everything. So I am gonna need basically a funnel and then a smelter and also another filter over here for core stone. We're not going to be getting that until tier 2. Let me just talk about that for a moment. Okay, the plan is that I'm going to build that over here, and I'm going to take a conveyor to here. Then I'm going to use a merge, and basically tier 1 and tier 2 are just going to use the same conveyor going up. So I'm going to be putting a spot in there for core stone, but there's no reason for me to do that now because I don't even have a sample of it. And none of it's going to come anyway. Now, last night, we kind of ended right here, and we just had one of these guys catching our gems. In the meantime, I've built the sorting system that we did a couple of episodes ago. So I have onyx going in there, and then I have sapphire going in there, and emerald going in there, and the rubies going in there. And by the way, I do have the pressure on, and I'm just going to have it compressed completely all the time, because otherwise we might have lag problems. Speaking of lag problems, you might notice that I have a few conveyors. Yeah, I mean, at the beginning of the stream last night, I loaded way too many conveyors into this, and it was a very laggy ride up here until I took them out. You might also notice that I have a new truck. Yeah, it turns out that this is the slowest of the trucks, and they cost almost nothing, so I figured I'll get myself a big red truck. So I'm just going to leave that there for now. All right, so basically everything has been processing really well, and we've been getting some good stuff. Here, check this out. This is gold, and this gold is worth 147,000. See, if you're talking about gold, I'm looking at the money because I'm going to sell it. Let me just put this back here. Hold on a second. Now, if you look at the iron, because I'm going to need iron for the Cloudium drill and harvester, that I'm looking at 10,000 in terms of weight. Now, eventually, I'll get to the point where I'll be selling it, but not now. Boom, there we go. How much do you weigh? You look kind of big. Hold on a second. No, that's terrible. That's not even 3. I'm getting like 3.1, 0.2, and 0.3 because people are asking me for 4 nuggets in size and others weight. But I feel I'm going to have to go down to tier 2 for that. All right, so why is everything stopped? Well, there's a very good reason for that, and it's over here. Okay, we have our filters, of course, and this one is rocking 5%. Yes, I know. I have a bajillion spanners over there, and I could just fix that. No problem. However, it basically is a big weakness of this mine and most mines is that, you want these things to run. You want it to run a long time. The main reason that I have this mine here is not really money. The main reason is right over here. Caladium. At the moment, I have... The weight is what I'm looking at, by the way. 263. Now, I have about another 150 in various sources, but the way I see it is this. If I'm going to make the Caladium harvester, and I'm thinking 4 Caladium drills, that's what I'm going to start with. Unless I have enough Caladium for that, there really isn't any reason to get going on it. That's just my take on the matter. So I need 100 for the harvester, and I need 150 for each of the drills. So I need as much Caladium as I possibly can get. That's the reason I'm adding another drill, by the way. But the thing about it is that if I just leave this and it's going to stop as soon as that first filter breaks, what is the purpose? Well, we can actually automate repair. And that's what we're going to work on today. It's going to be very simplistic, and it's definitely not an idea that I got from myself. I was heavily inspired by a YouTuber who is very good at this game, Hybrid Steel. If you're interested in like somebody who is an expert and not somebody who's trying to figure out this game, I would strongly suggest going over to Hybrid Steel. He does really good stuff. All right, so can I sleep? Yeah, because it was getting dark. It's a little creepy that I'm looking at myself over there. Do you see me? At least I hope that's me. All right, so what we're going to do is we are going to go to town and do a little bit of purchasing. Because what I would like to do is I would like to automate the repairs of, we'll start with the first one. And then eventually I will have them all automated because there is other parts of this game. Like for instance, the farming. So what I want to do is I want to set this up. It's going to do all the things that I want, make me money, big gems. I can do those little contracts, those prospecting requisitions. And I'm also going to build up the Caladium. Meanwhile, I want to be off doing farming. So I don't have to worry about coming back over here and just basically replacing the filters, which is just kind of silly. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to head to town and we're going to visit the Logic Store. All right, we're in town, so I'm just going to turn up here and head in here. Okay, turn it around here. Lots of space for parking. I appreciate that. A little bit too close there. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to get the parts we need to automate the first of the filters. All right, so I have actually done this, by the way. I implemented this at the first mine, but only for the first filter because it does keep it running for a long period of time. I don't think anyone wants to see me actually try to figure this out. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to grab this. Now this is the Logic Spanner Hurling Unit.
Cable never forgets.
Which means that this is going to throw the little spanners at the filters in order to repair them. Of course, it's going to have to be told to do that. Now this, of course, is the Logic Durability Reader. This is going to look at the filter and tell you what the value is. Although it's going to internalize it. We are going to be able to see it, but this is going to determine whether or not this thing is going to act. See, this is the beginning, this is the end. This here, when this sees a 0, we want this to actually shoot a spanner. So that's the entire purpose of it. I think
great for underground farms.
Yeah, could you be quiet? Thank you. That'd be great. All right, so this, of course, is a logic flip hook. Essentially, if it sees a 0, it sends a 1. That's basically what that's all about. Oh, and this is how we're going to see what the what number this is actually seeing. This is going to broadcast that number over here, so we'll be able to look up and see what the percentage left on the filter is. So these are the main things here. Now, we're also going to need some cabling. Now, I'm going to need 2 of these. And I'm going to need 3 of these. Oh, no, I don't want a T. I don't want a T. I don't want a T. They're a little too close together. All right, and one more. There we go.
Huh?
All right, so this is what I need to automate the repair of a filter, not counting the spanners. We're going to be loading them up like ammunition. Now, at the moment, I don't actually have any money in here, but I'm going to put money over here, and we're going to buy that. And then I'm going to take this back. There we go. Yeah, I have a gold bar in there. The reason is because
no longer come with a warranty.
because I keep driving past the here, let's grab all this and throw this back. I keep driving past the stock market for the gold bars, so I just want to if I see like a good deal, I'm going to sell it. It's not really that great. It's about 38,000 or something like that, but I have been carrying it for a while.
Huh?
It's like if I see a good deal, I'll spend it, but I haven't really seen one, and at this point, I would probably just rush up and get the one that's like 125,000 and sell that. Although money is becoming a lot less important. As a matter of fact, the most expensive item here... Grab this. Boom. The most expensive item here is nukes. Yeah, nukes. Alright, so let's go. And let's get away from her. She just talks and talks and talks. By the way, I've gotten to the point now where I am keeping my eyes open for food recipes. Like, is that a food recipe over there? Okay, hold it a minute. If I see a really good one, I'll probably grab it. What do you want?
Give me this, and I'll give you my tokens.
She's only asking for a 3 weight of tomatoes, and she's going to give me 33 tokens. That's not worth it for me. If I see something in the 15 to 20 range, I'll probably grab that recipe and hold on to it, because I do want to get going with the farming. Possibly in the next video. Because once this is going, I'm going to start saving up the Cloudium, and then we can start working on that. And yes, by the way, this is faster. Alright, so let's get back up to the main base. Oops, and not wrap myself around a lamppost. And begin the automation process. Alright, and we have arrived. I'm just going to park over here. That way I can easily reach what's in the back. Alright, like I'm saying, the idea here is this guy here is now broken. We're going to take a look at this again. Right, this guy is at 5%. Now you are 77, 69, 81, and 43. Alright. This obviously is the main point of failure, but I want to do this for all 5 of them. But we're going to do this one first. I'm hoping there's not going to be a problem with this sitting up in the air. Alright, we're going to have to see how this works out. Alright, so this is the first thing. This is going to be actually throwing the spanners here. Oh my goodness, this is going to be a problem, isn't it? Because I can't see it too well. Alright, so let's see, when we rotate it. Oh, there we go, right there. Okay, so maybe I should wait till nighttime to do this. Alright, so we're going to load the spanners in here, and it will throw spanners at this. I'm hoping that it's going to be able to hit the filter from there, but I'm guessing it's going to be aiming for the entire pipe. So let's start wiring this up. So I need an angle now. I don't need that yet. Alright, let's see, where is it? There we go. Alright, and let's just do a quick rotate up. Like that, there we go. And now we need a straight. We're going to wire this first, and then we're going to worry about getting it right. Yeah, once again, very difficult to actually see, but I think that... There we go. Yeah, maybe the snowy place wasn't the best location for this. Alright, once it's built, once I start putting pieces in, I will explain what's going on. There we go. Missed it by that much. There we go. Alright, now I need a straight. There you go. Boom. And there it is. All right, now I need another, the last one actually, the last angle. All right, let's see. First things first, it's facing the wrong way. There we go. There we go. All right, so now the first thing I want to do is this guy here. This is the one that's going to be looking at the filter. So let's see, which way is it facing? Y? Y again? There we go. All right, let's attach that. There. Right, so this guy is looking at this. Now, we need to know what value that is to make sure it's working. This could, oh, not that one, this one. Now, the only purpose of this is to let us know what that value is. I can't see it from there, can I? Oh, there it is. All right, so right there. See, this guy here is looking at this. And that's 5. And it's actually broadcasting the 5 up this way. So this here sees this, it's 5, and it's passing the 5 along. This is displaying the 5. Now we have this. And this is the one that does the magic. All right, so let's see. Which way is it facing? It's facing this way. And is it against there? Right there. All right, now what this does, as I understand, if this gets a 0 value, it's going to push a 1 this way, which means this will activate. So if this looks at this, sees a 0, we'll see the 0 up here, but it will pass the 0 to this, and this will say, oh, I need to send a 1 this way, so it will basically throw a spanner at it, which reminds me, we have to load this up. All right, and I had a little bit of trouble with this, but basically you need to kind of drop it, but you need to be like, hold on a second. Look a bit more. No, not that way. Not that way. Okay, and now it's loaded. It's a little tricky. I think personally, if you could, just like right-clicking on it would be good, but it doesn't seem to do that. So just kind of look up and then drop it. Okay, so this has 10 spanners loaded into it, which means it's going to be able to repair this 10 times. You can put up to 20 in it. All right, and that is actually good to go. So why don't we just turn this on? Because we also want to see that our new drill is working too, right? All right, let's just check out the new drill, make sure the new drill is working. Are they all doing it? Boom, there we go. All right, so let's go on up here and let's check out our automation. So we've just increased the amount of stuff by 20%. Okay, so what do we got here? We have 4. It's down to 4%. See, what I'm going to do is I'm going to build one of these for each. Now, I know like some people like to chain the others off of the first one and say, oh, if the first one needs to be repaired, repair them all. But that just seems very wasteful to me because this one's going to be doing a lot more than these. Okay, we're down to 2%. So what we want to see is this turns to 0, this activates, throws 1 at this goes back to 100%, and this turns to a 9. So we'll just sit back and watch the whole thing happen to make sure everything works good. Should be any second now. Any second. Okay, wrong. Okay, so it basically, it does have to be facing there. All right, so I just kind of wasted some spanners there. Turn this off, turn this off, turn this off. I was hoping that that wasn't going to be a problem, but obviously it was. All right, where is my hammer? The hammer is down below. So in other words, it has to be able to shoot directly at it. All right, so I lost 8. Where is it here? Didn't I have the hammer down here? Yeah, I hammered those guys into place. I must have brought it up with me, right? Because I don't see it down here. Alright, I must be up above. Maybe I just dropped it on the ground someplace. Or did I leave it around here? I knew I was going to be hammering stuff into place. But I don't see my hammer. Yeah, I was kind of hoping that the whole pipe thing... Oh, is that it? Yep, that is it. I was kind of hoping the whole pipe would count, but it does have to have direct access, doesn't it? Alright, so... right there. There we go. Alright, so what I need to do with this then is we'll put this back. Okay, no. We'll put this back. And then we'll do a T. Okay, one more. No, actually, I think at that point it's a rotation. Right. Now I want to do that. Right there. So let me just load. Actually, there's 2 in it already. That shouldn't be a problem. All right, so let me just throw this back on. Hold on a minute. Where is it? T. And here. And we'll just rotate it a couple of times. Boom. Yep, there it worked. See, now it was able to throw it directly at the filter. And you can see it's up to 100. And there was 2 there. Now it's down to 1. So we can just start this up again. And speaking of my hammer, where is my hammer? Because I immediately want to hammer these guys into place. This one, this, that, and there's a thing underneath. And under there we go. And now, yeah, I did buy a lot of these because I knew I was going to be loading them up. It's a shame that I put 10 in there because I wasted 8 of them, right? So... it does. No, you got to be like really close, and yeah, it is a little frustrating, and it's still not going in. There, that one went in. All right, I'm just gonna go with 6 for now. But you can see it is counting counting down there, and now that it can shoot directly at it, it'll repair it. So I'm gonna have to move these. Of course, I'm gonna have to do shopping to buy all of this. Unless, of course, I actually bought them already. So I have enough to do 4 here. I didn't want to make multiple trips, and I didn't want to do it in the video, too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to recreate this exactly for these. As I was mentioning, some people just like to have the first one basically activate all the others, which you could do. If you put in like a T there instead of the angle, you could just have them all line up with just this part and just have it activate. It's just, to me, that seems like an incredible waste and a lot of work. See, this one's going to require a lot of replacement of the spanners. And the second and third, moderate, these don't really activate very often, you know? So it just seems to me that I would rather just, you know, do the least amount of work possible. Mind you, it's a little tedious to set up in the beginning, but you know, after that, I think it's more tedious to have to load them all up every time. So right now, I don't have to worry about this one anymore. This one right here. I'm going to build the other ones to cover the other 5. And after I get this done, I'll be able to leave and start looking into farming. So I think that's going to be it for now. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. Maybe say something in the comments for the great God algorithm. And of course, subscribing is a great way to show your support. And make sure you don't miss my videos when I post them. Notifications are good too. So thank you very much for your attention. I really appreciate it. And play games because games are fun. See ya.